Hi, I just wanted to give you a tour of the IC3 GS4 training so that you kind of know what is involved with it. So here I have it organized by the three different tests that are on the IC3. There's the key applications, the computing fundamentals, and the living online. And underneath each one of them are the different subjects that are tested out in those tests. I'm going to take you into PowerPoint so I can show you the different sections there. There's the individual trainings, there's class trainings, and there's a test. Let me take you into individual trainings. When you go in, it always tells you up at the top which one you're going to be completing. And on individual trainings, it'll ask you what question you want to start off on. It doesn't remember if you have to leave the software. It doesn't remember where you left off, so you have to remember, your students are going to have to remember where you left off, and then you'll be able to just type in the question where you need to start up. Here we're going to be starting on question number 1, so I'm going to type number 1 and then going to click on start. It brings up a simulation of Windows and PowerPoint, and it gives the task up at the top here. So this one says to start Microsoft PowerPoint 2010. So to do that, you just click on the start button, you click on all programs, you click on Microsoft Office, and you click on Microsoft PowerPoint 2010. And I'll show you that you got the question correct in these big green letters. I'm going to reset that question so that I can also show you if you go in and let's say you click on Internet Explorer, it'll tell you that you got the question wrong or incorrect and you got to start all over again. So it starts you from the very beginning. And so even if you get down to the very last minute, the very last part, and you click on Microsoft Publisher instead of Microsoft PowerPoint, it'll tell you that you got it incorrect and you got to start all over again. And so your students can keep on doing that until you get the whole thing done until you get to the correct. Also with the individual trainings, we have a button up here that says help with this question. So you can click on help with this question. It gives step-by-step instructions on how to complete the question. And sometimes it'll give you several ways of doing the task as well. And sometimes it will also tell you that it won't work in the trainings or the tests. Doing this section here is just helping students to know that they can do it a different way in real life. Just so you're also aware, if you are here and then you click on the help with question, it will start you all over again on the question again. But the more that the students do it, the more that they'll get to know it. Then we're going to be going into the class trainings. The only difference on this between this and the individual trainings, of course the border is blue instead of orange. Gives you the exact same task, gives you the exact same order, has the exact same errors. So if you click on there, it'll look exactly the same when they get to the end as well. The only big difference is that there is no help with question here. This is usually what I do during my classes. I usually will have my classes separated into groups of between 4 and 6 students, depending on how the class is set up. And they will, once they get to this screen where they can see the correct, then their job is to help the rest of their students in their team to complete the task. And the rules are that they can't touch their keyboard, their mouse, their hands, their arms, or anything else. But they can point to the screen and they can tell them what to do and what to type. I did want to show you a few other type of questions. This one is exit PowerPoint 2010. That one's pretty simple as well. This one is open, but I did want to show you saving, so you can also see that if you you don't have to type in, so it tells you up here to type it in capital letters, but you do not have to type it in capital letters down here. You can do a mixed case, and you just click on save and you got it correct. Now the one thing as well is on some of the questions, it will, when you reset the question, it should start you off into a new tab. So you can see I'm on the slideshow tab. So if they get the question wrong, then it might not start them off in the exact same place that they were before. So they have to, that kind of adds another feature to it so that they have to know how to get over. And as you can see, all the tabs are available for them to go into, so they really need to get to know how to do this. Mostly because of what I'm going to show you next on the test. On the test, they have to type in their name, their teacher's name, and the class period. When they start it, you notice the border is white, so then you can definitely tell they're into a test. And it will randomly pick, so in PowerPoint there's 92 questions. It will randomly pick 25 of those questions, and it will put them in random order, so then they have to be able to know how to complete them. Also, for instance, if I try to do something here that's wrong, it won't tell me that I've got it wrong. So I can click all around, but remember that all the tabs are available. So if they're going through everything, then it's going to take them some time. And you notice at the very bottom, they're being timed. After 10 minutes is done, it'll stop the test and just give them the results. So also, I wanted to show you here, so show the slide master. So here it is, and you notice this is correct, but it doesn't tell them if they've got it correct. And this is kind of get them prepared for the IC3 exam, because the IC3 exam doesn't tell them if they've got it correct or not. So then as they go through, remove the slide from this transition on the slide, or the transition from the slide. So we're going to do here, I'm going to do none. Okay, and then that's correct, and of course it doesn't show that I've got it correct. So I'm going to just skip the rest of these questions. And okay, so when they get done, it'll show them their score. I don't have this available so that they can print it out, but as a teacher, I would just go through and I would just record their score down, and I'll talk about that on another training for teachers. The other type of questions are, there are some multiple choice and matching, or not matching, but true and false type of questions. And on these questions, on the help with question, I don't tell them what the answer is, but I give them explanations to them. So then they have to infer what the question is, what the answer is, I mean. So here I explain, what a mouse is, what a keyboard is, what a printer is, and what a CPU is. And you notice every time I go into the help with this question, it will randomize the answers, and then when I go back here, it'll randomize these explanations as well, so they're not always in the same place. So they have to really get to know how to do all that. And sometimes I'll have pictures on there so that they can see the different things. And so those are the multiple choice questions. That's going to be in several of them as well. Then the only other thing that I do need to explain on this is the Word and the Excel and the Access for right now will only work if Internet Explorer 10 is installed on the machine. If you have Internet Explorer 11, what's going to happen? Let me show you what's going to happen here. So I'm going to go into Word, I'm going to go into the class training, and it's going to give me this error, and that just means that Internet Explorer 11 is running on this machine. So it's not working. I am working on the update for these three. Everything else works perfectly fine. So I just wanted to let you know there'll be free upgrades for that as well. One other feature that I want to show you that I've been adding on to this as I've been going along is you see this button down here that says English. This is for my ESL students that speak Spanish. We can go in and let's just go into this individual training for operating systems. And the instructions or the task is in Spanish. When I click on help with this question, it also tells you how to do it in Spanish. So just be aware that not all ESL students that speak Spanish can read Spanish, but this is for those that can read Spanish. So that will help them out a lot as they're learning the English language as well. So as you're going through, if there are any errors that you find or any things that you want to see added to it, please email me at traintocertifyme@gmail.com, and I'm glad to look at it. I'm glad to fix errors. All updates to this will be free for those that purchase it. And if you have any questions, you can email me or contact me in any way that you can, and I'm happy to hear from you. Thanks.